We're just about at the end of our 4-week road trip in the States. We just saw some of the best sights of Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, and I wanted to show you a few of the updates to our setup that made our lives easier the last few weeks. One of the biggest game changers was bringing this step ladder. It made getting things off the roof so much easier and less risk of hurting our backs, especially with some of the heavier stuff. And it folds up and tucks just behind the seat here with our lawn chairs for super easy access. Ready to go. The next thing that made a big difference was our water filtration system. If you remember our last setup, it was this bag and this filtering straight into here. This did 1 gallon at a time. So now with our new setup, this folds up so it takes up almost no space and it can do 4 gallons at a time, piping down here through the filter straight into here. So we can do way more water at a time, way faster, and it worked really well because we weren't always by a water source this time. Timber also got an upgrade on this trip. Last time he was just on a leash, sometimes in the bug tent. This time he got his own kennel, which we put a queen bed sheet around that fit just perfectly, and if it was gonna rain, we put the tarp over top. And he loves it. And his kennel folds all the way up and it just tucks right underneath the mattress when everything is folded up in the car. So because Timber's kennel fits underneath here, I had to raise the platform by about 1.5 inches, which also made a lot more room for sleeping, which was really nice. And I also decided to widen these legs. They used to come up right about here, and it meant that there was not a lot of width in the car. So this really widened things up, which made a big difference for sleeping. We also added these removable wings to the mattress to give ourselves a little wider shoulder room. They just tuck in right here, and it allows the mattress to go right to the edge of the car rather than there being a gap. So the weather actually ended up being really nice and mild on this trip, and it got really cool at nights, but we were expecting it to be quite hot, so we prepared for it. So we added this reflective coating to the window coverings on all of them, but they still fit the same, still the same friction fit. We also made window coverings for the front 2 windows, and we used a standard front windshield heat screen for the front. Another benefit of the reflective coating on the window screens is that it makes it almost a perfect blackout in here. Very dark. When it's hot out, it can get really stuffy in the car without any airflow. So in order to be able to keep the windows open without getting bugs in, we used these sunshades that we got on Amazon, which just slip over the door. They Velcro on like this. And then we use this fan to stay cool as well. Last thing I want to show you guys is our upgraded shower setup. So this folds flat like this so that it can sit in the roof basket. It pivots out like this, and then these hooks hang on the basket itself. We have this little string which loops underneath one of the bars in the basket, hangs on 2 little knobs here and here, and now this hangs like that. Then the shower bag hangs on this hook up here, and the nozzle goes down through these 2 little wires, and we just pull on those. And now it sits nice and straight, so we're farther away from the car than our previous setup, and the bag sits higher so we get nicer pressure. So that's a pretty nice shower.